Hello everyone. Good morning and welcome to this session. This is AI for human resources. Hope everything is okay from your side. Can you all hear me? Can you please confirm? Please use a React, use the React button if you want, or the chat so you can confirm to me everything is good. How are you? All right, yes, and I see you can hear me. Thank you for the confirmation. Can you see my screen? I'm sharing my screen. Also, AI for human resources. All is good. All right. Thank you so much for confirming. So, welcome everyone to this training. Hope everything is okay from your side. I will be your instructor. In this session, we will be discussing more about AI for human resources. We have a few hours together. This session is recorded, all right, just for you to know. So, in case you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the Q&A section. Okay, I'll be checking it every few minutes to keep an eye, see if anyone has any question. I will answer it immediately. All right. Also, during the session, we will have a few short breaks as well. Don't worry about this. We have the agenda, and everything is going to be well coordinated. So, uh, of course, our overall goal here is to empower you guys, HR professionals, to be able to leverage the AI tools to be able to streamline the recruitment, maybe enhance the employee engagement, improve the retention also, and be able to develop effective workforce strategies. So let's have a look a little bit about what we are going to be talking about. So as I mentioned, we're going to see how we can use AI to help us improve the hiring and the onboarding process, maybe some of the recent stuff that HR take care of about. Improve retention, sentiment analysis, also to focus more on how we can improve the employee retention and their satisfaction, be able to help them, all right, or in other words, just to make our job much easier. You see, AI is here to help us and not to replace us or like take some work away from us and such. So it's here to help us and yes, just to make our lives easier. Am I right? Don't you agree with me? So this is mainly here what we're going to be looking into for now. Of course, we're going to have a look at Copilot for HR reporting and communications also. This is a very interesting topic. We're going to see how HR tasks can be automated with the help of AI to help us make better decisions and better focus on the strategic initiatives, you see, and also how we can apply AI when planning our workforce. So we're going to see not just we are going to be using AI, it's important to spread the culture, like also instruct other people. All right, you need help with this. And here's an AI tool. Here's an AI feature, something that you can work with instead of talking to me and wasting my time. You can just look into it using AI and have it done for you very easily. And remember to, of course, we will be also pointing out all the important things that they need to look out for, like verifying the data after that. And we can also always tell them, just send me your result. I can verify it for you to make it easier for them. So, uh, if I want to put a big title on all of this, I would say AI to make our job easier. You see, and I think this is something that will be very interesting for everyone. So, the purpose of the first session here is to cover how AI enhances the recruitment process by automating candidate screening, improving hiring decisions, providing personalized onboarding experience, and whatnot. Okay, this session's objective is going to be to understand how AI is transforming the hiring process, exploring some tools and technologies that we can work with, and learn how AI can enhance the onboarding process for our new hires as well, like maybe the trainings, the data, the files that they need to have access to, and all of that, and also understanding the benefits and limitations of using AI in recruitment. So, before we start, I'd like to do a quick energy check first because I cannot start if you guys are still sleeping. So let me know, guys. Are you ready to start actually tackling our session for the day? Let me see some energy, send in some messages in the chat. Let's make sure that you are actually behind your computer. So everything's all right from your side. You have your cup of coffee ready with you, your notes, all is good. Are we ready? Yes, that's much more like it. I see the reacts, I see the chats, you saying yes, yes, yes. All right, this is wonderful. So, guys, we are going to start by imagining, like, we're gonna start by imagine with me as if we are stepping into the world of HR where AI doesn't just help, but it actually transforms how we hire and how we onboard the talents. So here we're gonna explore how the AI is reshaping everything from you writing job posts to selecting the best candidates even. And we will dive into the different tools that are changing the game for sourcing, screening, shortlisting, making our process faster, smarter, even more inclusive also. So let's take a moment actually to imagine like the traditional HR world, right? It's gonna be full of paperwork, right? Scheduling chaos, and even hours that are going to be spent scanning resumes and reading through them and getting to know people we don't even know. So uh, now picture a smarter, faster version powered by artificial intelligence. Okay, this is today's session. We're going to explore how AI is taking over this heavy lifting in HR, automating candidate sourcing, screening applicants intelligently, managing the interview schedules, even. So, our little personal assistant, you see, personalizing the onboarding journeys and even enhancing the overall employee experience. But what really makes this shift exciting is actually why it matters. You see, AI brings us efficiency by cutting down time on routine tasks, consistency, and even ensuring that every candidate is evaluated fairly and against the same standards. And we have some insights through rich data that guides smarter decisions, even. So, as you walk through each of these points, think of AI not just as a tool, but as your behind the scene HR assistant, as I mentioned. You see, it's quietly transforming how we attract, how we hire, and how we support our people at work. So, uh, like so if I want to say if we want to talk more a little bit about automated candidate sourcing, for example, how will AI help with this? You see, it can like uh, we can have AI tools to analyze job descriptions, identify keywords, skills, qualifications, and experience also that is required for a role. And based on this, the AI can search through a pool of candidates and it can rank them based on how well they can fit the job profile that we have. You see? And also, uh, like if you want to work with sourcing some passive candidates, you see, you have AI systems, they can search social media platforms like LinkedIn, for example, and other databases, of course, for passive candidates. So those not actively looking for jobs, but could be a good fit for the open roles. Okay. And you can then send them a message. Like, for example, uh, there's a tool called Higher View or Pymetrics, if you know them. So these tools, they are AI recruiting tools. They help to automate the process of sourcing the candidates by scanning their profiles on job boards like LinkedIn or Indeed, for example. And they use algorithms to rank these candidates based on a specific set of criteria that, of course, needs to align with the job description. You see, I would say it's important to give clear and accurate job descriptions, you see, to be able to improve the efficiency of the AI sourcing, ensuring also that the job descriptions, they are clear, they are specific, and they are all, of course, free from bias. So we also need to like regularly update this AI algorithms to ensure that they are identifying the right candidates of right. So as like the market trends, the job market demands, they change all over time. So we need to have continuous data training. We need to regularly update the AI algorithm. You see? We can also talk more about over reliance on AI can be a small challenge. You see, so this is an important point to discuss as well. I would say, like while AI can handle a large volume of candidate sourcing, of course, the human input is still very important in ensuring the cultural fit and considering the soft skills as well. So the solution would be a balanced approach between the AI and the human intuition, which is, of course, very essential. You see, uh, about intelligence screening, for instance, I can tell you now we can AI will use natural language processing to analyze the text in the resumes and the application to extract relevant information like the job titles, for example, the skills, the education, the experience, to all of that to be able to match against the job resumes. You see, we can do predictive analytics, for example, as well. Um, we have like higher view, this tool that I told you about, can leverage machine learning algorithms to be able to parse resumes quickly and match qualifications to the job descriptions. You see, um, it's important to do regular monitoring over here, check out the candidate feedbacks, for example, you see, and of course, be careful of the risk of oversimplification. Like maybe sometimes AI might miss some key human qualities such as adaptability or team dynamics, maybe that are a little bit harder to quantify if you want. So to mitigate this is why human recruiters they should review the final shortlisting process themselves. You see, uh, so interview scheduling, of course, is another example that AI can help us with. We have like Calendly, that's another AI tool that can help us to streamline the process, you see, of finding some mutual available times. Uh, Candidates and interviewers, they simply select the preferred time slot, and the system will coordinate with both calendars, eliminating the scheduling conflict and the human errors. If you want to go deeper, also we talk about personalized onboarding. Like I'm sure you can think of some examples of personalized onboarding, like Bamboo HR, if you know this platform, or WorkBright, for example, is another type of platform that uses AI to create this personalized learning experience and be able to automate all the paperwork for the new employees. So making, of course, this process much more smooth and even less time consuming. So, best practice here would be to always have some dynamic content is to be able to deliver them. You see, AI systems they should adapt the training content based on the employees' progress, ensuring that they are not overwhelmed by the irrelevant material. So, we need to always be able to provide also continuous support, ensuring that there are always opportunities for human interaction during the onboarding, as personal relationships, they are very important for the long-term successes. You see what I'm saying here? And of course, one of the most important thing is to keep our employees, right? So we need to make sure they have a good employee experience, and by doing that, we can work with tools to offer these personalized tools and services that will improve the employee engagement, for example, the employees' productivity and all of that. To be able to, I can help even to analyze employee feedback, track their satisfaction, provide recommendation for some improvements, and so on. You see, like uh, like we can have tools like what was it? It was some culture, some culture AMP, culture AMP, or another tool also that leverages sentiment analysis and feedback data, so it can help the HR teams to understand the employees' sentiment more, improving some the engagement strategies, of course. Remember to always respect the employee's privacy when you are collecting feedback. Okay, so try to use anonymized data and ensure transparency also about how the data will be used. Okay, maybe some employees don't want their data to be fed with AI, and it's also important to use AI to continuously refine and improve the employee experience strategies. So, incorporating feedback and adjusting policies accordingly to our system. All right. So, I think I've talked enough here, and it's really clear why it matters. Well, of course, efficiency on the top. It's better for always getting better consistency and insights as well that we can extract from our AI tool to be able to work on it better and understand more what we are dealing with within our organization. Okay, so AI in the hiring process. Let's think of the traditional hiring process. How it is. First thing we think about is tedious resume piles, right? Endless scheduling emails, maybe, and the struggle to be able to find the right fit, of course. Now, if you have AI that will step in like a smart assistant, it will quietly be working behind the scenes to streamline every step. So AI scans job boards, social platform to be able to find candidates who might not even be actively job hunting, but still, then AI can screen some resumes in minutes. It can rank them by qualifications and relevance also, and even it goes a step further with candidate matching. You see, it will use past hiring data to be able to predict who will thrive in your organization. And when it's time to interview, AI-powered chatbots and video tools, they evaluate communication style even. You see, they evaluate the responses and even the emotional cues. So with this technology, we get a hiring process that is faster, more fair even, and more informed also, allowing us recruiters to be able to like focus on the human side while still AI handles all the heavy lifting. You see? So, and the AI hiring process, AI in the hiring process will enhance multiple stages of this process, like sourcing the candidates. We have tools like the LinkedIn recruiter, like Hire View, as I mentioned. Also, we have even Microsoft Dynamics 365 talent, even we can screen resumes for us using Higher View, using Dynamics 365 Talent. It can match candidates for us, even work on the interviews, the scheduling, and all of that. Sure, we have uh, an expanded way to process now all the information. But basically, AI is revolutionizing the hiring process now by enhancing all these stages from sourcing candidates to interviewing them as well. All right, let's have a look now at a short video. Okay, now before we jump into the video, let's think about some of the daily tasks that HR teams handle. Okay, maybe writing job descriptions, planning interviews, preparing onboarding plans. So all of those can be very time consuming, right? Especially when you are juggling multiple roles. So the video we're about to watch shows how Microsoft Copilot, for example, can make these tasks much easier, faster, and even more tailored just by using a few small smart prompts that you can work with and get results done. So let's take a look at how it works in real life. And of course, I will share with you the link to the video also. In case you would like to save it, keep it with you. Here you go. It is sent in the chat. And let's have a look.
Hey, HR professionals, you just got access to Microsoft Copilot. The AI companion will protect your data and help you breeze through your workday. To find your unique Copilot way of managing talent, head to copilot.microsoft.com and sign in with your work account. You got this. Here's a tip for job descriptions. Instead of crafting them from scratch, you could ask Copilot to write a job description for a head of product director role with 5+ years of experience. And start attracting quality candidates right away. Up next, interviews. Instead of relying on the same bank of generic interview questions, you could ask Copilot to generate 5 specific interview questions for an executive assistant with 10+ years of experience. And support a variety of job openings, even if you're not an expert on every role. Onboarding a new hire? Instead of leaving their success to chance, you could ask Copilot to develop a 3-month plan to help onboard them. And know that you always have a training plan in your back pocket. Access Copilot through copilot.microsoft.com, Windows, Edge, or Bing to get more support for your human resources goals. Log on now and discover what Copilot can do for you.
So you see, guys, that was a quick and powerful demo. We saw how Copilot can generate job descriptions, craft roles, specific interview questions, and even create the onboarding plans. All of that within a few minutes. It's just like having a smart assistant that helps you focus more on the people, not on the paperwork. And the best part, it's accessible through tools that many HR professionals already use. So this is a great example of how AI is not just a future tool, but it's helping us to streamline the HR tasks today. All right. Let's take a quick journey to the days like before the AI stepped into HR. When sourcing candidates meant like hours spent scrolling through job boards, manually searching the LinkedIn, relying on the word to mouth referrals, maybe. You see, it was slow, it was scattered, and honestly frustrating. But now, with the AI, the game has changed. You see, imagine AI tools scanning millions of profiles across the platforms like LinkedIn, and in seconds, it will identify not just active applicants, but the passive talents as well. And with natural language processing, even, the AI doesn't just look for the keywords, but it understands the job descriptions and intelligently matches them with the candidates who truly fit, even if the wording isn't exact. You see, we have tools like LinkedIn Recruiter now it automatically generates curated shortlists, saving time and improving the match quality. And the result, what it will be, we will have recruiters that can shift their focus from filtering resumes to building relationships with the top tier candidates. You see, of course, we still need the human insights, but AI help us to work smarter, but also not to replace our instincts. Like when it's used thoughtfully, AI makes sourcing faster, broader, and even more effective as well. So, uh, okay, we have another video here. Very nice. Let's have a look. Before we jump into the next part of our session, let's take a moment to see AI in action. So, in this short video from Microsoft, we'll get a real world example of how AI is integrated into HR technology using Dynamics 365 for talent, and even the LinkedIn recruiter tool that I told you about. So we have Lindia Williams here. She's a senior product marketing manager. She's going to walk us through how the powerful integration helps the recruiters and the hiring managers gain a complete view of the candidate's journey. You see, a small tip from my end as you watch, pay attention to how the system brings together different types of data. You see, from application history to interview feedback to be able to create a more informed, seamless hiring process also. So it's a great illustration of how AI and automation they can enhance both the candidate experience and the recruiter's efficiency also. So let's have a look at the video, and of course after that I will share you the link in the chat. So let me just hit the play button. Here we go. All right, just we're gonna wait a bit for it just to load. Hello, Linda. All right. So let me video. Let me paste this in the chat just in case right now, and then we'll try to play it again.
Find candidates,
Here we
like
go.
the profile we see on screen, I have full understanding of that candidate's history with our organization. Firstly, I can see any jobs that they have applied for. I can see the stages they achieved and understand where in the process they may or may not have received a job offer. The next thing I can see is full notes that have been recorded directly within Dynamics 365 for Talent by our hiring team, giving me understanding of the background of our relationship with this candidate. The third thing I can see is full interview feedback, and this gives me insight into why a candidate may or may not have been hired for a particular role. The next thing I can do, if I think this candidate is a match, is easily search for job vacancies in our organization and push that candidate directly out to Dynamics 365 for Talent against that job vacancy. As a recruiter, I have a full understanding of the history of our interactions with this candidate, making it much easier to have meaningful interactions with them. As a hiring manager within Dynamics 365 for Talent, I can immediately see the candidate's profile. I can understand the history of the positions they've held at other organizations, but I can also see any interactions that have happened by our recruiting team. I can see any email messages, and I can see any notes recorded by the recruiter. This integration means that whether I'm a member of the hiring team or a recruiter, I only need to be in one system to understand the complete history of our relationship with this candidate. And what's more, if all of the information that the recruiter needs is in LinkedIn Recruiter, and all the information that the hiring team needs is in Dynamics 365 for Talent, If we're informed, we're less likely to duplicate questions with candidates, therefore giving them a much better candidate experience, and ultimately meaning when we make an offer to a candidate, they're more likely to accept it.
All right, my friends, and there you have it. You've seen it immediately as easy as we saw on the integration between Dynamics 365 for talent and the LinkedIn recruiter. It does more than just pull in candidate's profile. You see, it provides a centralized view of each candidate's full journey with your organization. So recruiters can see like job applications, they can see feedback notes and the interview outcomes also all in one place, helping them make smarter decisions and even avoid repetitive questions. You see, hiring managers, they also gain instant access to past interactions, to emails, and even evaluations also, which like improves collaboration and speeds up the selection process. Now, most importantly, this connected approach enhances the candidate's experience, making it more personal, more informed, and efficient, of course. Which, as Lida pointed out, it increases the likelihood of offer acceptance, and this is a clear example of how AI isn't replacing HR; it is empowering it. Okay, so let me know. Do you have any questions for now, or everything is clear? All is good from your side? Let me see. Just do a thumbs up if you want, or send a message in the chat. Feel free to do so. All is good? Okay, great. Great. Thank you so much for confirming. Let's move forward in our session. So,
Find candidates like the profile we see.
all right, thank you. We covered this one. Okay, resume screening. So, let's be honest. Before AI, resume screening was one of the most time-consuming part of recruitment, right? HR teams, they spent hours, sometimes days, combining through stacks of resumes and cover letters, trying to spot the right candidate, while like navigating a sea of biases and inconsistencies also. It wasn't just exhausting, it was risky as well, like with the potential to overlook maybe the qualified talents as well. So now enters the AI. We have tools like the LinkedIn Talent Solutions, for example, and we have tools like Ideal. So these Ideal resume screening now has become smarter, it has become faster. And these platforms, they use machine learning, they use natural language processing to be able to read these resumes, understand the job requirements, and even rank the candidates based on how well they fit. What used to take hours now happens in minutes. And it's done also more consistently, focusing on the skills, on the experience, rather than irrelevant factors like their age or where did someone go to school, and or maybe if they have a reference stronger than the other and whatnot. So, what will the result be? Of course, the result is that you recruiters, you can skip the noise and zero in on like the top talent, spending your time engaging with people and not engaging with paperwork. And while the AI does the heavy lifting for you, the human touch also still matters. So don't forget, especially for those final decisions that goes beyond what a machine can actually measure. Okay, so we need to always be the ones at the end checking, re-verifying, and making sure that we are working as we are intending to. Okay, um, so We have here now a small activity. You're gonna, if you want to try it later on, to use the Copilot and try to compare a few resumes together, as I have already said in the example you said. The purpose is just to help you see more clearly what does the AI can do. So I will leave that to you later on, just to give you a small idea on what you can do. Another thing is the onboarding process, of course. So imagine the first day at a new job, not knowing where to start, unsure what it's expected, and you are even buried in paperwork suddenly. And that's where the AI steps in and completely transforms the experience for you and for your new recruit. So with AI, onboarding becomes smooth, it becomes structured and surprisingly personal. You see, like instead of one size fit all approach, AI platforms like Dynamics 365, Workbright, they tailor the onboarding journey to each new hire based on their actual role, their location, maybe their background. You see, so either it is suggesting the right training modules or just introducing them to their team virtually. The process feels more human and not less. So behind the scene, AI bots, they take care of the admin, gathering documents, checking forms, what else? Even like nudging the employees with some automated task lists to keep things on track. You see, so it's like having an onboarding assistant that never forgets a single step. And but the real win is when HR teams, they are freed up to focus on what really matters the most, which is welcoming your new hires, answering their questions, building lasting engagements from day one. And with AI, onboarding becomes more than just checking some boxes. You see, it becomes smart, it becomes supportive. So it's all one first. This is the first step into the company life. So it must be like it must be a good one for the new recruits. You know, first impression always matters. So we're gonna have a personalized experience also, and no more paperwork overload. We'll have tools that are put in action, like as I mentioned earlier, Dynamics 365, or even Workbright even also automates everything from training modules to form submission, even for remote hires as well. It's a huge time saver. Remember to keep it human also, blend AI with the human interaction, like the welcome videos if you want from the team leads, or scheduled check-ins even, to be able to create a warm personal experience. And secure and compliant tools also are all used, because AI platforms, they follow the privacy laws, you know, like the GDPR, the CCPA, all of that, to be able to protect the new hire data with encryption and also secure storage. And this will give you, of course, more better engagement from your new recruit from day one, and we'll have happy employees. So here's a short use case if you want. So let's think back to how onboarding used to be before. It was manual, it was scattering, and honestly pretty overwhelming for the new hires, right? One person might get a warm welcome and full support, while others, they might feel lost, they might feel frustrated. But now AI is turning that around. With the AI powered onboarding, now companies, they can create a consistent, personalized experience for every new hire. AI will take care of collecting the documents, of assigning the tasks, of tailoring, learning the paths based on each person's role and their background also. We have tools like Dynamics 365 Human Resources. It will automate this process from end to end, saving time and also making new hires feel more prepared and more engaged from day one. So it's not just faster, but it is smarter and it is more human centered. You see, it's blending automation with thoughtful personal touches. And yeah, basically 40, we have a big impact here. You can see 30% reduction in the onboarding time and improved new hire satisfaction and engagement. So recruiting and onboarding is part of HR management for Dynamics 365. You see, but the complete solution for HR management in Dynamics 365, where the entire employee life cycle is supported here, from recruiting and staff administration to time tracking, talent management, and even HR self-service. So you will see in this video, we'll be looking at an onboarding process, a structured onboarding templates also, ensuring smooth start for your new employees. So let's have a look.
Lastly, let's have a look at the onboarding process inside our recruiting and onboarding module. Once you have hired a new employee, you would like to train them well for their new job so that they are satisfied with their job and will stay inside your company. Our HR solution offers structured onboarding templates to ensure a smooth start for your new employee. For example, before starting to hire, the HR manager needs to define an onboarding template one time. This should cover all of the basic processes needed for onboarding inside your specific company, and it is highly customizable. Once you have that, you can roll it out for onboarding a new employee with just one click every time a new employee starts. And then automatically the supervisor of that employee will get tasks before and after the start of the employee, such as ensure that they are handed out keys to the place where they work, or that they get a new laptop, or after they start, make sure they get an office tour, or whatever is important in the onboarding inside of your specific company. Also, you can define an onboarding buddy for every new employee who will also get tasks before the start of the new employee so that they are aware a new employee will be starting and they are expected to show them around, introduce them to other people, and explain to them their most important tasks. You can also give tasks to other people, for example, an IT employee who is supposed to set up the work laptop for your new employee. Also, the HR manager can assign tasks after the start date to the employee. For example, attend this training, attend that training, read our guidelines, and so on. They can also check the completion of the tasks in the system to see if everything is going smoothly. At every step of the way, this offers a number of advantages for you and your company because the onboarding is structured well. Everybody knows what they have to do. We know if the tasks are completed or not, and the new employee is welcomed in a good way. Let me show you this in the system as well. As the last part of today's walkthrough, let me show you the onboarding and offboarding projects that you can also put inside the HR solution, because this is a very helpful and structured way to make sure that your onboarding and offboarding of employees goes smoothly. You can see on the left-hand side, I'm here inside the recruiting area in the onboarding. And you can see the current onboarding and offboarding projects of the company. So currently there are only onboardings going on, but offboardings would also be showing here. If you open one of them, you can see that there's already the information about the start and end date of the onboarding phase, when the employee is actually starting. So the onboarding project begins a little bit before the effective start date, because before they start, some things already have to be organized and set up. And the end date of the onboarding is a bit after their effective date. Also, the owner of the data record is already there. In this case, this is our HR manager, but you could also assign it, for example, to a direct supervisor or whoever should be responsible for the onboarding. Inside the tab Work Breakdown Structure, you can see the different phases of the onboarding. So there's one for before they start and one for after they start. This will each open a new window. And you can see here in that phase, after they start, there are already some tasks related to the onboarding. For example, there are scheduled trainings to perform, introduction to area of responsibility, and so on and so forth. All of these tasks are automatically created for the respective new employee by the onboarding template. So you will have to create a template just once for how you want onboarding projects inside of your company to go. And after that, every time a new employee starts, you can simply assign them this onboarding template, and all of the tasks with the correct date according to their effective date will be rolled out to the employees in question. If we have a look at the before start tasks, you can see there's also stuff beforehand, like set up desk and equipment, schedule training, and so on. And these tasks can be assigned to specific employees inside of your company. For example, create IT access could be assigned to an IT employee. And schedule training could be assigned to an HR employee, depending on how you want it to go. This ensures a smooth onboarding for all of your employees. And as an HR manager, you can already see the progress of these tasks inside of your activities list here under my work, where we started out. These tasks will also show up there, so you will be able to see how far the employee is inside their onboarding and how things are going.
All right, my friends. So here you have it. You have seen the small demo, very interesting. You see in this tool, Dynamics 365, human resources. We have a lot of ways, lot of features we can work to be able to see how, or like more to facilitate all our tasks and what we have to work on with our other employees, with our team, with our new hire, and so. So, AI has brought exciting improvements to hiring, right? But it's not without its trade offs. So, on the bright side, of course, AI speeds things up. It can source candidates, it can screen resumes, and even schedule interviews in a fraction of the time. So it would take like manually a lot to do this, but it also helps reduce biases by evaluating candidates based on their skills and their experience, actually, instead of just their background or their identity. And of course, it enhances the overall candidate experience with quick communication and smart automation. But despite all these advantages, AI has its limits. You see, it cannot replace the human judgment, especially when it comes to soft skills or cultural fit. And if we lean too heavily on AI, we risk missing the big picture. You see, the key is finding the right balance, using AI to handle like the repetitive tasks while still relying on the human intuition and the empathy for the final decisions that we need to take. Okay. Uh, the benefits of AI and hiring will be speed and efficiency, as you can see in the slide, bias reduction, improved candidate experience for sure, faster time to hire, as I have mentioned also. We can have more diverse talent pools, you see. Uh, but we also have some limitations, so we be careful about over reliance on AI because AI lacks emotional intelligence and context, so it shouldn't make the final hiring calls alone. Okay, and if we're gonna have a lack of a human judgment, because it's gonna be difficult for us because AI can't assess soft skills like empathy, like leadership, like teamwork. You see, uh, it might miss the cultural fit. You see, it may struggle to identify if a candidate aligns with the company value or the team dynamics and so on. It will need it may always needs some oversights. Algorithms must be audited to prevent reinforcing historical biases. All right. So, um, okay, ethical considerations. So this is very important, of course, as a HR, we need to be always ethical. So as powerful as AI is in transforming HR, we cannot overlook the ethical responsibilities that come with using it. AI is only as fair and smart as the data and the people that are behind it. You see, if it's trained on biased data or if it's used without oversight, it can unintentionally discriminate or even violate the privacy. And that's why we need to make sure our AI tools they are fair, they are secure, and they are transparent, and uh, from respecting the privacy laws like the GDPR to even telling candidates when AI is being used and how it's being used. So it's all about building trust actually in the end. As I have mentioned earlier, the goal isn't to replace the human judgment, but to support it ethically and responsibly. So when it's used with care, AI they can help us hire smarter without compromising any fairness and so on. So uh, like we need to be careful of biases in AI because AI can inherit the human bias if it's trained on what we call unbalanced historical data. Okay, of course, all our AI must follow data laws like CCPA, the GDPR, and all of that when it is handling personal information. And about transparency also, because candidates they should be told when the AI is being used and how the decisions are being made. You see, we need to be careful. Best practices are to audit regularly, always check the AI tools for fairness, for accuracy, and if there's any potential bias. And remember to be transparent. Always be truthful. Let your candidates know when the AI is being part of the process. Explain what it does, how it will help, so they will not like reject the idea or just go through the process quickly to avoid the AI or something like that. Okay, remember to always keep humans in the loop. Okay, use AI, but use it to assist, not to replace. Okay, human decision making, uh, always, especially for subjective calls, even. So be careful about all of these. These are some very good best practices. Uh, Cannot play if not one does not have access to it. Okay, you're gonna forget about that. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this real quick. It was a good video. Shame. All right. Okay, it seems that we're gonna skip this one. So, a quick summary of our first section here as we wrap up the first session. The big picture is clear. You see, AI is truly a transformative HR tool, from sourcing and screening to even onboarding. And AI tools, they are helping us work faster, they're helping us work smarter and more fairly, even. So, whether it's LinkedIn Recruiter finding top talent, or Microsoft Dynamics 65 automating onboarding, or Hire View that's assessing candidates with AI powered interviews. So, all these technologies, they are reshaping how we hire. But here's the key: AI is a powerful assistant and not a replacement for the human judgment. Okay, while it can reduce bias and speed up decision making, it doesn't fully grasp soft skills, uh, emotional intelligence, team fit, and all of that. That's why human oversight is essential. And the best results happen when we strike a balance, letting AI handle the repetitive tasks while we focus on building relationships and making thoughtful, ethical decisions in HR. Success means combining the best of technology with the best of humanity. Okay, my friends, is everything clear so far? All is good from your side? Let me know. Okay, show me, do a thumbs up, send in the chat, do anything just to react to see. Does anyone have any questions so far? Are we enjoying the session? Okay, feel free to ask any question you want to in the Q&A section. I see it's still empty, so great. Must mean that I'm explaining very well. Thank you so much. Uh, Please, let's keep the questions in the Q&A or in the chat if you have any, since your microphones are disabled. Uh, so let's to move forward. Our next session is going to be about employee retention and sentiment analysis. But before we do so, we've already been talking for around an hour. So let's have our first short break. Okay. I'm gonna put up a timer for 6, let's say 7 minutes. Okay, usually it's 5 minutes, but we have 2 minutes in advance. But so great, we will use those as a short break. All right, thank you everyone, and we will be back in 7 minutes. Cheers. Okay, everyone, and you are back from our short break. So let's continue where we left off. Uh, Employee retention and sentiment analysis. Are you ready? Are you all here? Just doing a small confirmation. Show me thumbs ups here and there. All is good. Okay, and you are back. So, guys, this session will focus on how AI helps you guys to improve the employee retention, engagement, their satisfaction by analyzing the sentiment, predicting turnovers, and offering some actionable insights also to enhance your workplace culture. Uh, so, let's start with a common challenge. Okay, let's say you've got great people on your team, but suddenly someone leaves and you didn't see it coming. So, what if you could spot the signs earlier? You see, that's where AI helps. It looks at patterns like low engagement, missed goals, and gives HR a heads up so they can check in before it is too late. It also helps personalize the support. You see, AI can suggest things like mentorship, training, or even a role change based on what each employee needs. So, uh, like if you want to know more what your team really feels, AI can read between the lines in the surveys, you see, in the chats, and also the feedbacks to be able to spot frustration or low morale. So even if no one says it out loud, it can be detected, and it should not be taken lightly, or else we'll be losing employees. So, like, AI can even predict who might leave. You see, we have tools like Workday and ADP. They look at things like job satisfaction, manager relationships, to be able to spot risks and help the HR act fast. But AI isn't perfect. It's a tool. It's not a mind reader. So that's why it's important to always combine AI insights with the human judgment and empathy. And finally, we use what you learn to be able to make work better. So if a team's feeling disconnected, AI can help you figure out why and what to do about it. Maybe do a little bit outing. You see, the pizza party. uh, and no, seriously, just check in on each other more to actually sympathize with each other and see how we can improve things. So let's start with the basics. Employee retention means keeping your people happy and motivated to stay with your company. That's your job. You're also an employee in this company, and basically, you are paid to just keep everyone happy. You see, it's a very difficult task, it's a very difficult job, uh, but we can manage it, of course. Now, we're not just filling seats here, but we are actually building a team that sticks around. We are the people who you are the glue to this company, you see, to this team. You are the people who keep things together. Your role is very essential, it's very important because it's you who should bring the morale. You are the leaders of tomorrow. You are the guys, the people, the persons that come into work. You should be happy. You should be positive, just to show the others that it might not be a good day, but it won't last forever. You see, and it always matters because losing people is expensive. You see, turnover costs, including hiring, training, loss of productivity, all that in places like retail, call centers. Replacing one person can cost up to 150% of their salary. So it's not just about money, of course. High turnover hurts morale as well. So when people keep leaving, those who stay, they will feel stressed, they will feel overworked and unsure about their future also. So you also lose knowledge. Like experienced employee, they take valuable insights and client relationships with them when they go, right? it's hard to replace all of that. So what can you do? You can focus on engagement, you can focus on growth, you can focus on culture, uh, offer career path, recognize great work. This is very important. We people need to feel appreciated. You see, not just a pizza party. You need to create a place where people feel actually valued. We can listen to them. If someone has done their work completely for today, like they are done with their tasks and they wish to leave half an hour early because they have an important matter to attend to, it's fine. We can sympathize with that. You see, not we're not gonna say like no, start tomorrow's work. You see, it's all right. And also, AI can help a lot because it can spot early signs of disengagements. It can predict who might leave and help HR act before it is too late. And so, as I said, the AI tools, they can also analyze the surveys, they can analyze the emails, the feedback to be able to understand how the employees they really feel. So you can make changes that matter. You see, giving that the employees actually fill in the surveys and the feedbacks as honestly as they should, as they could. Of course, we have no actual control on that, but we hope for the better. That's why it's important to show them why it's important. So, before we dive into the next section, let's take a moment to think about how we can use technology, specifically social platforms, within an organization to make the employees feel more connected, more valued, and heard. So, in this video, we're going to talk about Yammer. Right? If you don't know Yammer, it's a platform designed for internal communications, and like it highlights how the HR managers they can use it to boost the employee engagement and retention, especially in large or global companies as well. So as you watch, look out for how Yammer supports onboarding, real-time feedback, employee recognition, also cross-department connections, and so on. Keep an eye out for different features that directly impact the retention and the morale. Okay? So let's have a look together. Let me share the screen and let's go.
It's important for a human resources department to strive toward making every employee feel connected and productive. Yammer helps do that company-wide by starting from the day someone is hired. For global enterprises, Yammer helps everyone stay connected, even through geographic and language barriers. Translation capabilities make sure every voice is heard, and more importantly, understood. Create meaningful company-wide discussions on Yammer. Share ideas and get immediate feedback, or create an announcement so everyone is on the same page. Praise employees to publicly recognize a job well done. Be sure to add their supervisor so they can see when their employees go above and beyond. The Yammer app can be used on mobile devices. Not only is everyone more informed about what's happening in the organization, but there's an open line of communication throughout. Yammer creates valuable connections throughout your organization, across departments, locations, and hierarchies. Ultimately, you're developing a culture where a free flow of ideas are encouraged.
So guys, as you can see, this video gives us a clear look at how Yammer empowers the HR professionals to create a culture of connectivity and communication, which is central to retraining the top talent, if you want. You see, employees who feel recognized, informed, and heard, they are more likely to stay. And tools like Yammer, they can bridge hierarchical and geographical gaps, making everyone feel part of one organization. And perhaps more importantly, it enables employee voice, which is one of the most underrated drivers of retention. All right, you see? Let me share with you the link as usual in the chat so you can check the video later on if you are interested. All right. So, let me tell you a quick story. Okay. I just have this, I just recalled it now. Imagine that you're the HR lead at a growing company. Okay, maybe some of you don't have to imagine it, but anyways, so you just, let's say you just wrapped up an employee survey, and now you're staring at hundreds of open-ended responses. Some are glowing, others maybe not so much. But how do you make sense of all of this? So this is where AI-powered sentiment analysis steps in, like a supercharged emotional radar. You see, using natural language processing, AI can read through all of that feedback, the emails, the surveys, even company reviews, and it will detect the emotional tone behind the words. It's not just looking for keywords, it's looking for context, it's looking for to understand the tone and even the nuances as well. So when someone says like, I feel supported by my manager, AI knows this, that's a positive vibe. But if someone writes, I'm overwhelmed and unheard, of course that's a red flag, you see. Now, here's the cool part. AI doesn't just give you a snapshot, like it tracks the sentiment over time. So if morale starts dipping after a big change, like maybe new management or policy shifts, you see, AI picks up on that trend early, and that means HR can step in before things spiral. And it gets better. AI doesn't just say, "Hey, there's a problem." It says, "Here's what's wrong. Here's what you might do about it. If you want, take some notes and all of that stuff." Uh, like if, for example, if it detects burnout, it might suggest doing stress management programs, you see, or maybe flexible working options. So, of course, it's not perfect. I can struggle with sarcasm, for example, or cultural nuances. That's why the best approach is a human AI partnership. You see, let AI do the heavy lifting and let people bring the empathy and the context. Now, one great tool for this is Microsoft AI's text analysis, which gives each piece of feedback a sentiment score from 0 to 1, like negative to positive, you see. It's like giving every comment a mood ring. So, in short, AI helps us to listen better, not just to what employees say, but to how they feel. And when we understand that, we can build a workplace where people feel heard, valued, and supported as well. Okay, let's see another video here about data-driven insights. Okay, and how we can leverage them to be able to improve the employee engagement and retention. So let's see. So guys, you've noticed a small video, very interesting. The goal here is basically just to understand how AI and the data can inform the retention strategies and improve the overall engagement. You see, it can combine sentiment data from Microsoft Viva Glint. Uh, it can it has behavioral data from Microsoft Viva Insights, like tracking the employee behavior, helping HR team understand the work patterns and engagement drivers, and so on. It uses data to create supportive, productive environment as well. You see, which leads to higher engagement, of course, lower turnovers. So basically, this video demonstrates how the integration of this sentiment and behavioral data can help the HR professionals make more informed, data-driven decisions to be able to improve the employee engagement and retention. All right, you have the difference between sentimental data and behavioral data, you see, but combining both types of data provides a holistic view which will help the HR team proactively address the potential issues before they lead to having a turnover. You see, think about your organization. Are you already using sentiment and behavioral data to improve the retention? And how could these insights be integrated into your current engagement strategy? Let's see. Let's continue if you want. Let's see how we're gonna explore a little bit how AI-powered tools they can help us build a stronger, more connected workplace. All right. But before we do that, just copy the link so I can share it with you in the chat as usual. Here we go. Very cool video. So imagine this. You're walking into the office one morning, all right, you have your coffee in hand, and you get an email that one of your top performers just handed in their resignation. Like, no warnings, no signs, he's just gone. So now, imagine if you had a crystal ball, okay, something that could spot the early signs of disengagement before it's too late. So this is exactly what AI-powered turnover predictions offers. AI looks at 4 signals to be able to forecast who might be thinking of leaving. We have the behavioral data that I told you earlier about. So think of it like digital body language. Okay, so if someone like stops logging in regularly or he goes quiet in Teams chats, AI will pick up on that. Tools like Workday, for example, track these patterns and they will flag sudden changes in behavior. You see, uh, AI also reads between the lines, as I said, of the surveys, of the reviews. So if someone consistently mentions stress, poor management, or lack of growth, so this is all a red flag. Performance platforms like Culture Amp uses this to spot dissatisfaction very early. Also, AI scans for emotional cues about job dissatisfaction, like words like frustrated, overworked, or unappreciated, or underpaid, or that type of stuff. So over time, these signals they build a picture of how someone really feels about their job, and employees they should feel safe to talk about such things. They should not feel scared. Like if I say that I feel overwhelmed or underpaid, they will fire me and just get someone new. You see, because they don't care about turnover or about the retraining cost or maybe about everything that they have done for them. So no, we need to pay attention to our employees. Our employees are valuable to us, and we need to take care of them. I'm not gonna say this is your work family. I'm not gonna say this, but seriously, we are humans. We are people. We need to take care of each other because really, like I see my coworkers sometimes more than I see my own family because we are always together in the same office, spend a lot of time, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate as well. So we need to feel some empathy towards each other. We need to help each other out, listen to each other, and so on. So if someone's like pulling back from Teams meetings, listen, we should pay attention to this. If he's less active in Slack or in Teams, AI notices. It's like watching the lights dim slowly and just stepping in before that they go out completely. And we need to do the same. So AI is here to help us do all of that. And behind all this is the magic of AI predictive models. So the machine learning systems that get smarter over time, they learn from the past turnover patterns and they help the HR teams rank the risk levels and suggest tailored interventions. You see, but here's the key: AI doesn't replace the human judgment, as I said, but it amplifies it. Okay, it gives HRs the insights that they need to act early with empathy and not just with data. No, no, take your coworker out for a drink. Literally, talk to them on the same level. Check out their mental health. If there's something outside of work stressing them, give them some time off. You see, so instead of being surprised by a resignation letter, uh, you're having a conversation weeks earlier, and maybe, just maybe, keeping that star employee on your team. You see, um, so here's a short use case. I think I already said this by mistake while talking. So predicting the employee turnover. You know, we noticed more mid-level managers leaving, and we needed to know why. Let's say in a certain company, that's where AI came in. AI first will look at the performance reviews, the surveys, the email tone to be able to spot the early signs of dissatisfaction. It flagged disengaged employees, those with lower productivity, less communication, or negative feedback, even. And AI used predictive models also to find key risks like low pay satisfaction, maybe high workload, no career growth. You see all of that. And with tools like Dynamics 365 or SAP success factors, like the SAP success factors, the HRs, you could act early, offering good support, adjusting the roles, and so on. So there's another example here. When it comes to keeping employees, personalization is actually key here. And this is where AI shines also, because AI looks at each employee's feedback, career path, and pay data to understand what they need. So either it's a raise, either it's growth, or it's an opportunity, or better work-life balance. You see, for example, if someone wants to grow but they feel stuck, AI might suggest leadership training, for example. If someone is stressed, it could recommend flexible hours or mental health supports. You see, we have tools like Glint, Viva Insights. They help the HR target the actions and not just guesswork. Okay? Let's have a look at some best practices for using AI in retention and sentiment analysis. So first of all, AI data privacy and transparency. Well, it ensures employee data is collected and analyzed ethically. You see, using AI in retention and sentiment analysis can greatly enhance the HR process, but it's also crucial to follow the best practices to ensure ethical use, continuous improvement, and effective employee engagement. So, below are some of the key best practices, if you want, for applying these in these areas, with focus on the data privacy, more onto regular monitoring and human oversight, of course, and be careful of bias prevention. So when I want to talk about data privacy and transparency, I'll say Uh, I'd say like data privacy and transparency, they are foundational actually when you are using AI tools that analyze the employee data, the feedback, and the sentiments also. Organizations, they must prioritize ethical data collection and ensure that employees they are aware of and consent to how their data is being used. So same thing to ethical data collection. Um, you see, we have a lot of challenges. Like maybe if we're gonna have some informed, consistent complexity, it can be a challenge by obtaining explicit consent for every instance of data collection. It can be cumbersome. So we can simplify this by offering employees a clear consent from clear consent form at the outset of the data collection and making it easy for them to opt out at any time. You see, some employees may feel uncomfortable about AI analyzing their data. So, to resolve this, we need to maintain transparency and regularly reassure the employees that their feedback will be used constructively to be able to improve the work conditions and not for punitive purposes. Okay? Regular monitoring is very important also. Human oversight. So I already explained all of these. I'm not gonna repeat myself. You see, bias prevention. Be careful. They need to do always regular testing and auditing for this kind of stuff because maybe by mistake AI is being fed dirty data as we call it, wrong data, biased data. So we need to always test this. We need to always audit. Be careful about the data that the AI is being trained on. Okay, so let's move forward also with another lesson here. We have Copilot for HR reporting and communications. Okay, in this section here, we're gonna quickly walk through exploring how Microsoft Copilot, which is the AI assistant, it can support your teams with reporting, with analysis, communication, and then we'll look at how we can automate some of these routine tasks, like maybe creating reports, sending employees some updates, and so on. Next, we will talk about using AI to personalize communication, also, either it's a feedback email, company newsletter, and so on. And we will see also how Copilot can be applied across different HR processes. So, what is Copilot for HR? Copilot, this is the AI assistant built into Microsoft 365 apps like Word, like Excel, Outlook, Teams, and so on. It's designed to help your HR teams work smarter by automating the routine tasks, providing useful insights, and personalizing your communications. So, HR professionals, they can focus more on people and on strategy and not on actual paperwork. Uh, it can help us automate report generation from performance to headcount. I would say, you see, like Copilot makes it easy to create and manage your reports. It pulls data from the HR systems and it will automatically build reports on things like employee performance, the turnovers, the staffing trends, and whatsoever we choose. We can do performance reports also to track the key metrics, creating summaries based on system data. We can do headcount analysis to provide the up-to-date workforce insights to be able to support better planning, you see. Of course, there are some common challenges also talking about data integration. Be careful of the over automation as well. So, like, always give HR teams the final review for the important reports only. And also, analyzing HR data for insight is a good practice. So Copilot can spot the important trends in the HR data, from employee satisfaction to departmental turnovers, and it can offer suggestions based on those insights. You see, it has actionable recommendations even. Uh, Maybe, but be careful of not having too much info. So we need to keep things manageable by focusing on a few key insights at a time. Like, always just ensure that your data is clean, updated, and consistent. These are the most important points here. Okay, and be careful about personalizing the employee communication. Also, it is very nice way to work with Copilot as well. Okay, so let's have a look at another short video here, discovering how Copilot can assist you guys with your tasks, such as maybe time off request, work from home inquiries, providing a seamless and efficient experience also to everyone. All right, let's have a look at the video.
Copilot can help revolutionize your HR support experience, and
all right,
this demo is just one of many examples. Imagine having a trusted companion by your side, ready to assist with any HR-related questions or tasks. No more lengthy searches or waiting for ticket responses. Let's meet our employee, Shrija. Copilot is going to assist Shrija with a few actions she needs to handle today. Shrija is planning to take some time off, and she simply types or speaks a request in plain language. Staying within the Teams interface, Copilot presents Shrija with what she needs to continue her request. She can effortlessly select information such as the type of time off or leave and input the hours for the days she wishes to request the time off. Copilot likes to get feedback while performing a task for an employee to ensure accuracy. It seeks confirmation to verify data before finalizing the task. In this scenario, Copilot is seeking confirmation from Shrija before completing this task and also confirms that her request has been submitted, so Shrija can move on to her next topic, resulting in a seamless experience. Staying within the same chat, just as if she were having a conversation with a human, Shrija moves on with her next topic and asks Copilot about working from home. Copilot responds in a natural way, while providing a summarized details from authoritative knowledge sources. Copilot can be grounded in your data and connected to major HCM and CRM systems such as Workday, SuccessFactors, ServiceNow, and Dynamics, just to name a few. Next, we see the continued conversational power of Copilot, keeping Srija's request in context and relevant to what she's asking for. Shrija decides that she wants to initiate a request to work from home, but would like some guidance from Copilot on how to approach this with her manager. Copilot outlines a few steps and considerations for Shrija, which she finds helpful. She proceeds to ask Copilot to draft an email to her manager that she can use to initiate the conversation. Copilot returns a relevant and personalized email that Shrija can easily copy into her email application and adjust as needed. She can also ask Copilot for further suggestions or revisions, saving her valuable time. And just like that, Copilot has helped Shrija navigate her day with ease, contained in one seamless experience. Copilot not only empowers employees through meaningful self-service, but also minimizes questions and cases to HR professionals, allowing them to focus on higher value work. It's a win-win.
Connect with your Microsoft account representative to find out how you can partner with Microsoft to make transformation real.
All right, so I see a question in the chat. The recording of the training will be sent to you in your emails automatically, and also it will be available in the chat of this session right after when the post-processing is complete. Okay, usually it should take a few hours after the session, so please just be patient and you shall receive it. All right, thank you so much for your question. So let's move forward with our slides. All right, here's a short use case. I think it's the same one that we had on the slide, but I'll try to personalize it more. So basically, before Copilot, HR departments, they used to spend a significant amount of time drafting personalized emails, messages to the employees, such as annual performance feedback. You see, maybe reminders about benefits, the enrollment, or even thank you notes just for completing some surveys. But now with Copilot, you can have personalized email generation where it will automatically generate personalized email based on the employee data. Like, for example, you can use Copilot to send personalized performance feedback or reminders to your specific employees automatically and simply as well. Okay. So AI-powered analytics with the HR teams identifies patterns in the employee behavior and performance. Exactly, I couldn't agree more. So basically, AI-powered analytics, my friends, is transforming the way that HR teams they identify and they address the employee behavior and performance patterns by leveraging AI. HR professionals they can analyze data more efficiently. They can uncover insights in real time and also make informed decisions that improve the employee satisfaction, their retention, and their diversity. Now, Copilot for HR Analytics enhances these processes by automating data aggregation, by providing predictive insights, and also generating actionable reports that guide the HR strategies. You see, we have employee engagement, we have retention risks, and diversity and inclusions, of course, that are all features, if you want, or things that we need to consider when we are analyzing our data with Copilot. Of course, some best practices would be to check out the frequent feedback loops, have some engagement benchmarks as well. So these are good things to take into considerations and think about. So, uh, all right, that's wonderful. We have another short video also showing your workday reimagined using Microsoft 65 Copilot. So let me share with you the link here. As here you go. Um, Victor, I am so sorry. I cannot share the slides with you because these are Microsoft property and we are not allowed to share them. But don't worry, you can see them again on the recording of the session. Which AI softwares are free to use. A lot of them are free to use where they have trial versions. Some of them are free to use for personal version, like on your desktop. And of course, but for the full features, full functionalities, it's always recommended to get the licenses that are required so you can have the best enhanced version of the AI working with your data on your entire organization system and implementation. And trust me when I say this, I'm an AI engineer. Really, they pay the licenses. They provide you with so much more power using all the AI tools. All right, so it's fine. We can ask the company most probably to spend some money to enhance their productivity. So let's have a look at this video here to see how we can enhance the our workday basically using Microsoft 65 Copilot in our tasks. All right, I have already sent the link in the chat, so I see this is good. Okay, let's just play.
Let's look at how Copilot can help identify potential gaps in our content and draft policy updates super efficiently. We can use Copilot to check the web and other specific regulatory sites we monitor for any changes in working time directive legislation and compare it with our internal policy document. This is especially helpful to global teams that cover a lot of regions. You can see it does a great job of pointing out recommended updates and providing links to the source documents so we can easily get more context and confirm our approach.
So here we go. You see just a few steps that you can work with to facilitate our, simplify basically our work. So what are some best practices to use for using Copilot in HR? Basically, how we can get the most out of it. First, make sure your HR data is clean and up to date. Okay, because Copilot pulls from systems like your HRIS or the payroll tools, maybe. So the quality of what it produces really depends on the accuracy of the data that it gets. Okay, and don't worry, no one has access to the data unless you give them access, including the AI tools. And second, it's very important to be clear and specific in your prompts. You see, Copilot works best when you tell it exactly what you need. Like the more direct you are, the better the results. Now, and third, I would say, while automation saves time, it's still important to regularly review Copilot's work. You see, whether it's a report, a message, or an insight, a quick review helps to ensure everything aligns with your team's goal and tone. And fourth, build trust with the employees. Always be transparent about how their data is used, and also make sure the privacy standards they are followed. And this kind of openness goes a long way. You see, you also want to make sure that the teams they are trained, they are well supported also. Copilot keeps evolving. So ongoing learning is actually key. Make sure that the HR professionals they know how to use the tool confidently, I mean, and also they have access to the help whenever they need, either from training or someone in IT maybe that they know what to do, and also even can be from you as HR because you are their resource whenever they need support in their organization to help them make their work life better. Lastly, it's good to customize where it is needed. You see, always it's a good idea to adjust some templates, some reports, be able to reflect your organization's voice and your priorities, but also keep a balance so Copilot can stay scalable and easy to update also. Okay, so let's check out a small summary and takeaways from this section here. My friends, Copilot for HR is transforming human resources by automating the routine tasks and personalizing the content, enabling you guys to focus on the strategic initiatives. You see, it has a lot of impact in streamlined operations, for example. Copilot automates the HR reporting, the document creation, communications also, reducing the manual workload and also increasing efficiency. You see, enhances accuracy by leveraging AI, like also Copilot ensures more consistent and more accurate reports and good communication. It helps us with better decision making. You see, AI driven insights, they support better employee engagement strategies and data informed HR decisions. Okay, it's a good time saving also because it will automate our routine tasks. It will help us focus more on what's actually important. All right. So up next, let's jump into our last section for the day for this workshop. Um, so we're going to look at the workforce planning with AI. We're going to see how artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the workforce planning by enabling the organizations to predict future staffing requirements and like optimize the resource allocation, maybe enhance talent management strategies, and so on. Okay, and we're gonna see here different points in this lesson. Like first, imagine you're leading an HR team that is always one step ahead. Wouldn't that be good? Knowing exactly when you need to hire, who you need to promote, um, and how to scale up your workforce, and also for what's next. Like we'll see in this session how AI makes this possible. Uh, so, as I was saying, uh, like imagine you're trying to run a business without even knowing how many people you will need next month, what skills maybe they should have, or where do you need them the most, even. So, this is where workforce planning comes in. It's like having a strategy map for your people. So in this session here, we're going to explore more how the organization can forecast the talents that they need and they can stay ahead of the change. Okay, so workforce planning involves forecasting the future talents that is needed for an organization and developing the strategies to meet those needs. You see, why does it matter? Because it ensures that the right people they are in the right roles at the right time. So it's good for optimizing resources. Okay. Uh, we have cost efficiency also. It helps the organizations avoid overstaffing or understaffing, even saving the costs. It helps us by talent management, like to identify some gaps in the skills, help in creating succession plans for key roles also in the organization, and business agility, I would say, to help the businesses like to quickly respond to the changing market technologies or the global trends that are emerging. You see, AI helps automate data-driven predictions and optimizations, allowing HR teams to make more informed, more proactive decisions. Uh, so, um, Okay, basically, these are more detailed, the benefits of what I just explained, we just talked about. So it doesn't just help with today's staffing decisions, but it also can forecast your future needs. You see, spot some skills that you are missing, and even suggest who could step into leadership roles maybe when the time comes. And that's what AI is doing for HR today. Okay. Uh, let's have a look. We have another short video here. How Microsoft is using AI to transform HR through Dynamics 365. Okay, it will show you. This video will show you how an organization they are connecting data, automating tasks, and making smarter workforce decisions, all in one platform. So, as you are watching, guys, think about how AI is being used to empower both the HR team and the employees in everyday processes. All right. So, uh, here's the link. It's now in the chat. All right, sent. Here we go.
New business models are transforming our industries and fundamentally changing the way we work. Get the agility to thrive amid rapid change by maximizing the potential of your organization's greatest resource, its people. Microsoft Dynamics 365 delivers world-class HR solutions built to empower every employee to help create a leading organization that is agile, resilient, and efficient. Intelligent user-friendly tools enable cost-saving automation and self-service, while helping you create modern HR programs that can attract and retain higher performers. And with all organizational data and business processes connected end-to-end in the Microsoft Cloud, unlock powerful workforce insights that help you adapt to changing business models faster. Transform complex organizational data into actionable workforce insights. Dynamics 365 unifies your HR and business operations in one platform, helping you surface valuable business insights, gain greater visibility across your organization, and accelerate the adoption of new organizational structures as your business grows and changes. Get a simplified view of your workforce and HR programs with accurate personnel data, reflecting current organization structures, personnel records, job descriptions. Easily view hierarchy charts. Quickly review personnel changes and open positions. Drill down and learn more about key workforce analytics like skills gaps to gain a deeper understanding of organizational challenges and opportunities and make smarter decisions faster. Drive efficiency and reduce costs with self-service tools and AI-driven automation. Dynamics 365 provides self-service workspaces for employees to manage their own HR tasks, like profile updates, training, performance tracking, benefits enrollment, and time-off requests. Microsoft Teams helps to further streamline requests between employees and managers, while workflow automation capabilities help HR pros eliminate time-consuming and manual HR processes so they can focus on more important work. Empower HR admins with flexible, user-friendly tools that reduce administrative complexity and deliver competitive HR programs. With your entire organization connected in Dynamics 365, simplify HR administration and optimize the HR programs that help you attract the best talent. An agile compensation program can be easily adjusted, either individually or globally, for a company-wide rollout. Configure benefits programs, complete with benefit groups, hierarchies, flexible credits, and auto-enrollment. Create a leave and absence program that helps keep you compliant and up to date with changing global regulations. Connect to best-of-breed payroll, recruiting, and talent management systems, extending the solution to meet even more of your HR needs and goals. Create a workplace where your people and business thrive. Enable workforce transformation today with Dynamics 365.
All right, my friends, and with that, I would love to conclude our session together. Thank you so much for attending, for listening to me explain. Before you leave, I will be sharing with you my LinkedIn in the chat, okay? In case you have any question related to the use of AI or anything I can help you with, feel free to connect. This was Michal Al-Asmar with you, a Microsoft Certified Trainer. Please let me know your feedback in the chat. It is very important for me. Send us a few words if you want to. How was the session for yourself? How was your experience? If you want, you can send a grade over 5. Let's say how was your experience in the session? Let us know before you leave. Just send in the chat from 1 to 5. A short grade. How was your experience? Everything was good. From my side, it was amazing. Thank you so much for all listening to me, explaining and sharing with you all my insights. I hope that you enjoyed all the tools and tricks and tips that I shared with you using AI with an our word now to make your life much easier. So thank you so much for your kind words, everyone. Don't forget, if you need anything, feel free, send me a connection on LinkedIn, send me a message, and always keep on learning, stay active. You are the leaders of the future. Thank you all for being here. It was a pleasure, and I hope to meet you in future trainings. Have a good one. Thank you, guys.